Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy SAE. Bless up on yourself and thank you all for tuning into this one. Some wonderful people. What I really want to bring to you guys' attention this time around is Darren Sammy said that Craig Brathwaite is a possibility that they will drop him for the Jamaica Test, because he has been failing and the team doesn't need someone like that who is constantly failing. He's not in good touch. Plus, he urged the batters to take accountability. They are the reason why the West Indies lost the tests. They are not being able to really adapt or really, do the job that is required. But he said it's not just the batters' fault. It's because of the surface and the infrastructure that is in place in the West Indies why we can't produce proper batters. But we're going to let you hear everything, guys. But before we do so, though, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to be the first alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to drop a like and leave your comments down below. So without further ado, people, let's dive right into the details. Sammy not good enough. West Indies coach urges patience and accountability after Australia defeat. Hints Brathwaite could be dropped for Jamaica Test. Some wonderful people. As I you know what, people? The West Indies is a pot of hot potato where when it comes on to losing and disappointment and accountability and all of the negativity things when it comes on to West Indies cricket. Cricket is here. People taking blame or people should be blamed for the team lack of performance, poor adaptability towards batting. Because the biggest problem the West Indies is suffering from right now, guys, in the test, which they lost, is the batting. Yes, my people, the batting is really poor, guys, and it's something where it's like a non-changing cycle. Every time we can always think why the West Indies lost poor batting 90% of the time. So let's hear what the head coach had to say, right? West Indies head coach Darren Sammy has admitted that senior opener and former captain Craig Brathwaite's place in the test side is under serious discussion following his poor form in the ongoing series against Australia. Brathwaite, who played his 100th test in Grenada, has looked out of sorts with the bat and could be dropped for the final test at Sabina Park, with Sammy confirming that all options are on the table after Sunday's 133-run defeat handed Australia a 2-0 lead in the 3-match series. Craig hasn't looked good in this series. Sammy said of the former captain, who has produced scores of 4-4, 0 and 7 in the 2 tests against Australia this series. In a team where you are searching for performances, you get very close to saying, okay, do we give somebody else a chance? We'll have a good discussion, myself and the selection group and the captain, about that particular situation. So, as we said, people, we in the Caribbean, a lot of us have been calling for Craig Brathwaite to drop, guys. It's not surprising, guys, but it seems as if this man is undroppable by West Indies. So, set 277 to win, my people. The West Indies collapsed for 143 on day 4 in Grenada, continuing a worrying trend of 4th innings capitulation. It was the second time in as many tests that the team failed to last beyond 2 sessions when chasing. Not good enough for sure, Sammy said. Yes, we all know we are playing against the number 1 team in the world, 4 quality bowlers in the top 10. But the display, we have just not shown when it is tough, a way to absorb pressure. Sammy pointed to the lack of application and technical discipline in the top order as a recurring issue. The glimpse where we looked like we could compete was when we had the intent to score, balanced off with the proper technique, he explained. If you look at the pitch, it was more challenging and the stumps, so you needed to have proper technique. Look at Steve Smith, how he played, very leg side-ish. But when the ball was on the stumps, he respected it. He added, we had a lot of leg before us, probably from being too aggressive and a good length. And these guys, Australia, were relentless on that length. So a little bit of mindset, a little bit of technical work has to be done. The head coach was also critical of his team's performances after the lunch interval. In both matches, the post-lunch sessions prove that pivotal when you break down the game in both matches. That second session after lunch changed the game, he said. In Barbados, we had them 4 down. Then Kerry, Webster, and Travis had steadied them. But for some reason, after lunch, we just lost. Or we just lose momentum, whether we are batting or bowling. Right? He said, despite the defeat, Sammy praised his bowlers who claimed all 40 Australian wickets across the 2 tests. A rare achievement against one of the top sides in the world. Our bowling, we can't fault it. They have gotten 40 wickets. I don't know when last we did that against a top 3 team in 2 test matches. He said, yes, there could be more improvement in discipline, but they are doing their job. It's just that our batting has not been up to par against a really good attack. He acknowledged that many of the problems with the West Indies batting are systemic and linked to regional infrastructure and player development. It's hard to produce the quality of batsmen we want to compete when you look at the surfaces we played on. We barely have guys averaging over 40 in regional cricket. That makes it hard to develop technically sound players. There always doubt. We have looked at it very closely. Myself, the director of cricket, the franchise system, we are trying to change that, sending the head groundsman around, trying to get the sort of wickets that allowed batsmen to trust their technique. He said, we also have some technical deficiencies that carry from the under 19 level up to the senior side. Still, Sammy believes his team has had enough opportunities to compete even against elite opposition like Australia, but has lacked the fight and mental toughness to seize key moments. In spite of everything, the surfaces, the technical issues, we still find ourselves in position to win and compete, he said. That's where we need more mental toughness, more discipline. You can't be batting 60 overs while your opponent bats 80 and scores at nearly 4 and over. You're always 150 behind. We need to strike a balance. So score quicker, yes, but also bat longer. He also reaffirmed his support for assistant coach Floyd Reefer, who he said has been working tirelessly with the batters behind the scenes. Poor Floyd. He's been working really hard with the guys. Hopefully all the stuff I see him do in training, they will have the confidence to execute that out there in the middle. Right, Sammy confirmed that the final test at Sabrina Park will be a historic day and night pink ball match, the first of its kind to be played in Jamaica. Yes, I have been told that there will be a pink ball test in Jamaica, a historic event, he said. So when we get to Jamaica, we'll get the pink balls and start training. I haven't had my phone all day. Maybe you have heard more than me, but as far as I know, it's a day-night test. Though the defeat have been heavy, Sammy says he remains fully committed to the process of rebuilding West Indies cricket even in the face of what he described as a blasphemy of fire. I enjoy my job. I understand the mission, what the director of cricket and I are trying to do. I have always blocked out the outside noise. I trust in my ability. I trust in my staff. He said, I looked at the shuttle and saw Australia, India, and New Zealand, and I was like, wow, that's a baptism of fire, but I have enjoyed it. The results haven't shown yet, but some of the attitudes are changing. The players are buying into what we are building. That gives me hope. So Darren Sammy is, that is what he had to say, guys. As I said, I'm just reporting on it, guys, because no matter what, I'm waiting on the day West Indies change. But leave your honest thoughts down below. Alright, people, bless up.